whether it's local or national, we're all numb.
As the numbers of those who have passed in those deadly Texas floods continue to rise, camp directors here in North Alabama have witnessed some of their worst nightmares come true. WAAY 31's Georgia Clark spent the day in Mentone, speaking with camp directors there about their connections to the victims and see how this is affecting the way they run their own operations.
I just finished up touring Camp Skyline and Camp Laney here in Mentone, but we didn't let the campers know we were here because then they'd start to wonder, why's the news here? Well, that's because these directors have worked very hard to keep the camp bubble secure and let these kids be unburdened by the tragic news their directors have learned this week. More than 25 campers and counselors, including 2 camp directors, lost their lives, with some still missing after the deadly flash flood that hit Kerr County, Texas on Friday. And for Camp Skyline co-owner and director Larry Johnson, it's personal to him and will soon be for some of the girls at his camp.
Some of our campers know some of the girls that were at Mystic. Some of our counselors know some of the girls that were at Mystic. And so we've kept it out so they can have their camp time. And when they do find out, hopefully that we want that to be when they're with their parents.
Johnson is a board member of the Camp Owners and Directors Association. He was friends with Jane Ragsdale, director of Heart of the Hills Camp, and had worked alongside Camp Mystic director Dick Eastland. Both Jane and Dick were killed Friday, trying to save their counselors and campers from the rushing waters.
They did it right. I mean, they did what any of us would have done. That's how much we love them and care for them and do anything to protect them. So that's what Jane and Dick were doing, and I don't doubt that any camp owner would have done that to try to take care of their campers or their counselors.
The boys' camp in town, Camp Laney, is run by Mentone Mayor and camp director Rob Hammond. He says what's happened in Texas is a very unique and rare event and unlikely to ever happen in Mentone. But regardless, it's situations like this that bring everything under review.
We're risk managers anyway. We try to identify the risk, mitigate the risk. But, and of course, we have safety policies in place. But, I'm sure at Camp Laney we'll definitely start reviewing and, take a closer look at everything we do.
Johnson and Hammond have both had parents reaching out this week, just asking them to simply lay eyes on their children and let them know they're okay. And they know this next group set to come in on Sunday could have more than the usual camp anxiety.
This group of kids we have now, they don't know anything about it. But the children and boys that come in on Sunday, they're going to know. And if they're anxious, we're going to work with the staff, and if they're anxious about anything or have worries about safety, we're going to be available. We're going to be there. The counselors, all the directors, we're there to support them.
Johnson says when he writes his nightly blog to parents, he'll ask that when they come to pick up their daughters on closing day, to just enjoy that time with them. Let them talk your ears off about all the fun that they've had and show you their cabin and all the cool things that they've gotten to do, and hold off on that tough conversation until the car ride home. To find out more about Camp Skyline and Camp Laney, you can head over to our website, WAAYTV.com. I'm reporting in Mentone with coverage you can count on. Georgia Clark, WAAY 31 News.